Hi everyone. Today I think I'm finally going to be able to start on those journals that I've been wanting to complete for my trip from Thailand back in December and January. So I've decided on using this cover. It's one that I have empty at the moment, but it's one of my favorite covers of all time. So I figured of all trips to put in here, literally halfway around the world in Thailand, this is the trip for this cover. So this one kind of has a long history with me. As I was really diving into the world of Traveler's Company, the brand in particular, I was able to get this one from Japan from a friend, and it's Starbucks Reserve Tokyo. And then when we were in New York in 2023, I think it was, I got this at the Starbucks Reserve in New York, and it just goes so beautifully with it. So that's going to stay with the cover. And then on the inside, I have like a Kraft folder, this beautiful clip also from Starbucks Reserve Tokyo, and it's starting to get that nice patina on it. So what we are going to do is use these inserts. I have one for me and one for my aunt that I'll be doing in tandem in order to record this trip. So today's sponsor for this video comes from Writech. They sent me both sets of these new pens that were just released here in March of 2026, and they are amazing. I already cheated and looked at them and played with them a little bit. They are incredible. So first of all, this set here, they are called Luminous because they glow in the dark. So I don't know if I can show you a video of that. I will try. But yeah, you have them in the daylight, and then at night they will dry in the dark. Another great feature about this pen is it is quick drying. So that is amazing. So it's a very quick dry ink. I've already tried it. It says 0.77 millimeter medium. To me, it feels finer than that, which I love. It doesn't feel heavy, super heavy or super thick. I usually prefer a 0.5. This does not feel huge in comparison to, say, a 0.5 millimeter that I usually write with. So I think those of you who usually like 0.5 will still like this one, even though it's a 0.7. Another feature about this specific pen is it's a silent clicker. So Manta Ray and Moon Jelly are the name of the colors. And let me show you what comes in the box. It comes with a refill for each one, and then the pens themselves, try to pop these out of here. So with the pens themselves, you'll see that they will unscrew so that they can be refilled. And you'll know which refill goes in which one because of the body. The other cute feature is, I imagine this is also showing me the ink level. So that's pretty neat. So this one comes with a lighter barrel since it is semi-transparent. You can actually see through this barrel to the ink cartridge. And so you'll be able to see your ink level in here as well. Now, notice this. So that's the silent clicker feature. It doesn't make a clicking sound. So here's the barrel on this one. And so you can see, again, as I pull it out, you can see it through the barrel of the pen. So it's pretty amazing. So you'll be able to see your ink level if you want. Again, a silent clicker. It's amazing. And they write beautifully. So let me show you that in a moment. So the other one that they sent at the same time is called Morph Extended Gel Pen. Same thing, comes with 2 pens, and they come with refills as well. The cool thing about this is these are like petite pens, way shorter than usual. Let me hold up another pen next to it. So say that's a standard pen, and this is the Morph pen, but watch what happens. So you take this and push forward until it clicks, and then you have a full-size writer. So same thing with this, it's a 0.7 millimeter tip, but when it's completely retracted and opened, you can see it's actually even a little bit longer than the other standard pen. So really amazing. It writes, I want to say they probably use the same type of refill inside, but it writes amazing. And so it comes in 2 colors. So the back shows you the length. When it's a pocket size, it's 4.6. And when you pull it out to full size to use, it's 6.1 inches. It's a quick dry ink, and also it's a soft grip, super smooth and refillable. So they do give you 2 refills to go with the 2 pens as well. So really amazing and really pretty colors, and just a really neat little invention. So yeah, this is like a hard plastic here, and then right here is the soft grip. Very nice. So both sets of pens come with ink inside of them, and they all come with 1 extra refill as well. And then in the future, you can also buy more refills to put inside of these. So you can use these for a very long time. So the first thing I do is I use my Cricut and a very thin cardstock. I want to say this is about a 65-pound cardstock. It's a Nina Solar White, I believe. And I use it to cut out a template. And then I'm using these Writech pens to outline the maps and also the letters of the airports for these Travelers Company notebooks that I'm demonstrating today. The tip on this Writech pen is just high enough to where it glides right on the edge of this cardstock stencil. And it really makes this even thin cardboard work for me as far as being able to use it as a stencil and to get that drawn into my traveler's notebook very, very easily. So you'll note that this pen, it does not bleed through. These are not Travelers Company inserts. These are specifically by that company called Woot Woot in Bangkok. So it's not the best quality paper, yet still these Writech pens do not bleed through the paper. And again, here on the cardstock, you can see it's not a super thick cardstock, but the way this tip is designed makes it very easy for me to trace and use these templates that I cut out on my Cricut in order to be able to get maps as well as lettering into my traveler's notebook. So here I'm also using it for the airport letters with BKK. You'll also notice the map I've filled in with some watercolor. So I just wanted to show on different types of media how well these Writech pens work as well. So this has not been drying very long. The watercolor maybe has been on the page for about 15 minutes, and I'm able to write right on top of it with this Writech pen. Now I'm creating some journaling lines with mild liner. I think the company is Zebra. And what I'm able to do is go right on top of this mild liner with the Writech pen. So this ink is not smearing at all. I've been able to just work at a very fast pace, just like I've wanted to, and I haven't had to worry about any smearing or anything like that. So I've been able to work with watercolor. I've been able to work with mild liners, and now I'm going to try Inktense pencils. So the beauty with Inktense is that I can color in the letters like I did there with the BKK, and then I'll take this water brush by Caran d'Ache, and I'm just going to dip the tip into some water, and I'm going to color in those letters that I had written out from the stencil. And what this is really showing me is that even though I'm right against those black lines from that ink by Writech, it's not smearing. It is not smearing into my Inktense or my watercolors at all. So I'm not saying it's waterproof ink, but it holds up very well next to water. So now I'm going to demonstrate it with the other pen, which is the Morph. And as you can see, this Texas stencil has a lot of jagged edges and is very bumpy along that top border and side, but this pen has no difficulty just gliding against that thin cardstock and giving me these letters and the stencil outlines that I'm wanting for on this Kraft paper. So this paper is more like, I'd almost describe it like butcher paper, almost like the paper you wrap sandwiches in, is what this particular one is made out of. It's very thin in comparison to the Midori Kraft insert, yet these pens still are not bleeding through. So here I decided, instead of watercolor, since this paper is so thin, I'm only going to use the Inktense as well as the Writech pen. And you can see it smears just a little bit, but not anything that really is substantial into my project. So I'm also using it to have really dark outlines around the airport names as well. And again, it's not bleeding through, and it works very well in combination with these Inktense pencils. So it's really neat. I really like these Writech pens. I'm going to continue journaling with them. They're doing an amazing job inside of these journals. So again, thank you so much to our sponsor, Writech. Please check out their products below. I'm going to put their links below for these luminous pens as well as for the Morph pens, and you're going to continue to see them being used on my next videos as I continue documenting this trip that I took to Bangkok back in December. So I'll see you on the next one.